Hey, welcome to the very first episode of Chris's Rants. Shout out to Julia Hansen for that name. So, ever since I moved to New York, I've had a lot of people tell me I should start a vlog, and I decided to take the advice. I think it'll be good for me. Literally, all I'm doing is ranting about random things that I or someone, some kind of deity or whatever, decides. And yeah, that's just all we're doing. I'm Chris, obviously, that's why the title, Chris's Rants, because I'm ranting and I'm Chris. Things I won't touch, I won't talk about abortion, so don't ask. I won't do anything too specific, and I won't talk about particular people, so I'm not gonna, come out and say anything about Donald Trump, or Carly Fiorina, or Vladimir Putin, although Vladimir Putin's great. I love that man. I have jank recording. My stuff is about as basic as a pumpkin spice latte. Literally, all I have is my MacBook. So my recording's gonna be awful. The video's gonna be awful, but bear with me because I think it'll be a fun ride, and we'll get there. My rant for today is extremism. And what's going to be hard about this is I actually am not in a ranty mood, which is weird. But I promised myself that I would start today, so I'm starting today. My biggest problem with extremism is that you do this thing where you're like, it's too cold, right? So temperature is way too cold. And then you decide that because it's too cold, you're gonna light the world on fire. Obviously, being too cold is bad, but the world on fire is also bad. People die either way. Two extents of the same spectrum does not fix everything. In fact, it makes problems worse. It makes everything worse. If I'm like, oh, hey, because peeing on the carpet is a bad idea, I'm never gonna pee again. Let me tell you, if we started doing that, and we had adults just walking around, not peeing, we'd no. Do you know what you do when you don't pee? Do you know that feeling? Can you imagine having that perpetual feeling? Do you understand that extremism is like having the perpetual feeling of having to pee? Pee. No, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't. No, you can't do that. And it's the same idea we do it with politics, and we do it with different ideas. We go to these extents. And for some reason, we don't notice that a middle ground is the best idea. We don't notice that some point is best. The professor was talking about how liberals have an emphasis on care, fairness, and liberty, while conservatives tend to have an emphasis on authority, loyalty, and I think it was sanctity, right? So, great. Those are all great things. And what we seem to do is to think that only these are good things, that only care, liberty, and fairness are good things, and that authority and sanctity and loyalty are not good. But they are. They're all good things. We value them. Philosophers from hundreds of years ago value them for a very specific reason, and that reason is that they are all good. That care is good, that my intrinsic natural want to take care of people is good, that my freedom is good, that fairness is good, that my loyalty is good. We have these things set up for a reason. They exist for a reason, but we take them to extremes, and it doesn't make any sense. I actually had a friend recently say explicitly, I do not understand what people cannot get about moderation. That two extremes I've said it 1,000 times. You're probably annoyed by it by now. I would be. It's annoying. But two extremes do not solve anything. That's the same ideology as two wrongs make a right. No. Okay, like I said, you can't light the world on fire because there's snow everywhere. First off, you're gonna get a flood. Second off, you're gonna burn people. That's bad. It's very bad. We're not, well, hope we're not in the business of burning everyone. Long story short, don't set everything on fire. The world is not that cold. Find a middle ground, a medium. I mean, it is screamed in everything in our society. Even math does it. Math. Everything about us is meant to find a middle ground. We are meant to compromise, to be willing to look at each other with value and say, yeah, you have good ideas. And hey, you have good ideas. Some people have bad ideas. Like burning down the world. Really bad idea. But everyone feels the way they do for a reason, and it is our responsibility to understand that reason and to try to compromise for it, to try to find a middle ground. Because yeah, poverty sucks. It's awful. Hunger sucks. Famine sucks. It's awful. I hate it. Don't want it. Not for that. Not about that life. Okay? I like food. A lot, actually. You can't save everyone. And so both ideas, you have to understand, yeah, we do need to help people. And you have to also understand, hey, we don't have the resources to help everyone. We have the resources to help most people, but not everyone. Or there are institutions in place that are preventing us, other countries, other governments. Maybe our government is preventing us. Maybe people are preventing us. Maybe your parents are preventing you. Maybe your siblings. I don't know. I don't know your life. And that's the thing. I don't know. And it's my responsibility to find out and not to jump to one extreme just because I saw this extreme not work. Anyway, that's what I think. Pretty popular opinion. Most people think extremism is bad, but the problem is most of us practice it. And what I encourage for you guys is just look at yourself. Look at where maybe you're being extremist. And not me too. I gotta look at it too. I gotta do some introspection. But just know where maybe it's time to let that thing slip. Maybe it's time to compromise for that. That change is good. That change can help. But that old systems are also good, and that they're a response of change that needed to happen in the past. That we are an ever-moving society, and we need to be okay with that. But that we also need to be okay with the fact that some people are gonna be wanting old things, and the old things aren't bad. Extremism doesn't work. Moderation works. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you have anything you want me to rant about, though I don't know why you would, but apparently people like to hear me rant because they aren't sane. I don't know. If you have anything you'd like to hear me rant about, put it in the ranting section below. And just, remember, apathy is the worst disease. Do a thing. I'll see you next time.